Welcome to the MLB Home Run Betting Challenge, or as I like to call it, the Dong Report, where I give out my favorite MLB home run picks for the day, and I tell you to bet $1 on them. And folks, we are in the midst of an insane, absolutely insane hot streak. So yesterday I gave out 5 picks. I got 2 of those to cash, was up over 6 units. That brings our total profit in the last 3 days alone to be up over 25.5 units. And that brings our total profit overall on these dongs to $44.10. 44.1 units we are up. So for those of you $1 million unit bettors, you're up over $44 million. It's just been absolutely insane, the run that we are on. And we're hoping to continue that today. I have 8 home run picks for you guys today that we will get right into. Real quick, before we do that, couple housekeeping items. Number one, while you're here, it would help me out a ton if you could like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then comment and let me know your thoughts. And then secondly, I also recently launched a membership option for my YouTube channel. So if you want to become a Jedi in training, there is a $1 membership. There is a $4.99 membership. So just $1 and $5. So if you want to become a Jedi in training, it's the very first link in the description of the video, as well as the pinned comment. Let's get into these picks. As I mentioned, I got 8 for you guys today. If we get all 8 to cash, which if we're being honest, we probably will, the total profit for today will be about $39, just over $39. First up, the first pick of the evening, we have Joey Wiemer to hit a home run. That is at plus 600 odds at FanDuel. So this is in the Brewers versus Reds game. Should probably mention that part. And this is the juiciest game of the night for home runs to be hit. Just an incredible weather game. Obviously, Reds Stadium, everybody knows, is a hitter's park. And today does not disappoint. So we're going to have a couple picks in this game. Now, I'll admit there are some unknowns with the pitching, which I'll get into. But for this player on the Reds side who will be pitching against Joey Wiemer, who's obviously a player for the Brewers, will be Andrew Abbott. Part of the unknown with Andrew Abbott is this is his first professional start in the MLB. He's never pitched in the MLB before, so hard to know what to expect. I will say, looking at his minor league stats, this year he was pretty decent. Like, he's got a pretty good ERA if you just look at that, but he did give out a pretty good amount of home runs. He did give up, I should say, a pretty good amount of home runs. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I understand what the ballparks are like in the minor league stadiums, if it's easier to hit home runs. I'm not going to pretend that I know, but just looking at his stats, he did give up a pretty decent amount of home runs, as I mentioned. So he pitched 10 starts this year so far in the minors. His first 5, he only gave up 1 home run. That was pretty good. But in his last 5, he gave up 7 in that stretch. So whatever happened, he gave up more home runs recently than he did at the beginning of the year. So for Joey Wiemer to hit one for us, we'll see what this young guy for the Reds has. Next up, sticking in this game, we are going with Matt McLean to hit a home run. That is also at plus 600 odds at FanDuel. So first play was a guy with the Brewers. Now we're going on a guy with the Reds in Matt McLean. Now he's actually having an awesome year. If you just look at his stats, he's having an insane year. He's a young player. He's like 24 or 25 years old. He's batting .342 on the year. He just hasn't hit for a ton of power. He's only got 2 home runs on the year. But if there was ever a game or a day for him to go yard and get his third, it would be this one. Pitching for the Brewers is journeyman pitcher Julio Teheran, and he has only made 3 starts since the end of the 2020 season. He made 1 start in 2021. He didn't have a single start in 2022. Now he is back with the Brewers, obviously dealing with a ton of stuff. I will say he has pitched well for the Brewers this year. He's only pitched 11 innings though, so it's really hard to know what to expect and if he's going to be able to keep it up. So we're hoping that Matt McLean can get one to go off of him for our second pick of the evening. Next up, we got a player in the Tigers versus Phillies game. We're going with Trey Turner to hit a home run at plus 420 odds at FanDuel. Now, I'll admit, I hate this pick. I use a system for these home run picks, and it keeps spitting out Phillies and Trey Turner, even though he has been struggling. But we're going to keep trusting it. It's gotten us a ton of success overall so far. Maybe not with Trey Turner, but maybe the slump is turning around. So the Phillies bats did turn it around. In the past 2 games, they scored like 11 runs yesterday. The unfortunate reality is that did not apply to Trey Turner. As I mentioned, the Phillies scored 11 runs yesterday. Trey Turner went 0 of 5 at the plate, just having an absolutely brutal year. His batting average now sits at 232 on the year. But hey, if there was ever a day for Trey to get it going, it would probably be this one. The Phillies are at home. Their bats are on a hot streak. Granted, it's only been 2 games, so hard to call it that much of a hot streak, but still, incredible day yesterday. And they're going up against Joey Wentz, pitcher for the Tigers, who is absolutely brutal. So if there's ever a day for Trey Turner to have success, it would be this one. I'm skeptical, but I'm still going to trust the data, trust the math of my home run process, and go with Trey Turner tonight. Next up in the Royals versus Marlins game, we're going with Jesus Sanchez to hit a home run. That is at plus 560 odds at FanDuel. So Jesus is a young outfielder for the Marlins who is having a pretty good year. He's batting just over 300 at 302, and he's hit 10 dongs in his last 10 games, including a game where he just hit one just a couple days ago on June 2nd. In terms of his pitching matchup, he will be going up against Carlos Hernandez for the Royals, who's definitely gettable, definitely hittable. He has a 4.76 ERA so far on the season. Granted, he's only given up 3 home runs in 28 innings pitched, so he hasn't given up a ton of long balls, but it's also not as though he's getting batters out either. So Jesus Sanchez has a great opportunity to go yard and cash this one for us tonight. Next up, in the Athletics versus Pirates game, we are going with Andrew McCutchen to hit a home run. That is at plus 400 odds at FanDuel. You just gotta love Andrew McCutchen. He's obviously been around forever and isn't quite the same player that he once was, but he's still not horrible either. He had some rough years, but this year he's playing pretty well. He's got 8 home runs on the year, and he's hitting a respectable 272 overall at the plate. Now that's a far cry from when he consistently would hit over 300, but that was also like 10 years ago. So the fact that he's still doing this and still having a pretty good amount of success, we like that. So in terms of the pitching matchup for tonight, going up against JP Sears for the Athletics, that guy's given up a ton of home runs. He's given up 13 and 59 and 2/3 innings pitched. So another great opportunity for Kutch to get one tonight. And I think we all have faith that he will. Now for my last 3 picks of the evening, they are all in the Cardinals versus Rangers game. I'm not sure why the system, the formula, the EV page loves this game because I had 3 in the game yesterday. Luckily, 2 of the plays that I had yesterday hit, and 2 of those players, sneak preview, are going to be in the Dong Report today. Starting with Jonah Heim. So he is our next pick, Jonah Heim to hit a home run, plus 600 odds at FanDuel. As I mentioned, I got 3 picks for us in this game. Heim was one that I had yesterday who did cash for us. So let's hope that he can keep this train rolling. And the dude has just been scorching hot in June in general. Granted, June's only been 4 days, but the guy's been really, really hot. He's got 10 at-bats on the year and has a hit in 5 of them. So batting 500 with a dong, that's pretty good. Pitching for the Cardinals is Adam Wainwright, who, like McCutchen, isn't quite the same player that he used to be. But unlike McCutchen, he isn't even having a respectable year. He has a 6.15 ERA so far this year in 26 1/3 innings pitched. I love Wainwright. He was a staple on my fantasy teams like 10 years ago. Not quite the same pitcher that he was, giving us a great opportunity and giving the Rangers great opportunity to hit a bunch of dongs tonight. Let's hope that Jonah Heim gets one. Next up, same game, we are rolling with Nolan Arenado to hit a home run. That is at plus 340 odds at FanDuel. So we all remember the absurd stretch that Arenado had where he hit a home run in 5 straight games. He's cooled down since then. Since that stretch, I mean, in his last 10 games alone, he's only got 1 home run. Luckily, that was just a couple days ago, so he was really hot for 5 games. Now he's in a little bit of a cold streak. Maybe he's starting a hot streak as well, just hitting a home run a couple days ago on June 2nd. Overall, he does have 10 on the year. Obviously, half of that came in a 5-game stretch. And then pitching for the Rangers is Martin Perez, who's a good pitcher, but he also is definitely gettable. So Arenado, the next hot streak starts tonight. And last pick of the evening, another pick for the Rangers. We're going with Corey Seeger to hit a home run, plus 450 odds at Caesars. So Corey Seager cashed one for us yesterday. So between him and Jonah Heim, let's hope one, if not both of them, can go yard 2 games in a row. Obviously, Seager will also be going up against Adam Wainwright, so plus pitching matchup there. And Corey Seager has just been on an absolute roll recently. If you just look at his total stats on the year, it's not that impressive. He's got 6 home runs on the year total, but 3 of them have come in his last 10 games. So literally half his home runs have come in the past 10 games. He's also batting a scorching hot 349 at the plate. So he's just having an insane year at the plate. 6 home runs, 3 in his last 10 games, batting just under 350. Great opportunity to go yard for us tonight, going up against Adam Wainwright, rounding out our 8th and final pick for the Dong Report this evening. If you're tailing any and all of these, comment and let me know. If there's a player that you like to hit a home run that I do not have in mind, comment and let me know. Other than that, remember the housekeeping items: to like the video, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out the membership page, first link in the description if you want to become a Jedi in training. Thanks for watching and have a good one.